Hello students, welcome to another lesson. And today we will be doing some vocabulary and grammar revolving around this question. What if superheroes had jobs? Specifically, we will be focusing on conditionals. There are 4 kinds of conditionals: 0, first, second, and third. And we will also be talking about mixed conditionals. Let's go. First, let's take a look at 0 conditional. And you use 0 conditional for things that are always or generally true. For example, if when you go to a job interview, they ask you questions. My boss is not pleased if I get to work late or when. It's up to you. Take note that the verbs are all in present tense. For first conditional, we use first conditional to talk about something that is possible now or in the future. So it's something possible. If you don't like working here, quit. If they hire you for the position, you'll earn a great salary. If you enjoy traveling, you might like to apply for the travel agent's position. Take note that the sentences are all using present tense in the if clause as well as in the other one. Next, let's take a look at second conditional. We use them to talk about something that is impossible or unlikely. And we also use it to give advice. If I won a lot of money, I would retire from my job. I didn't win a lot of money, so this is something that is impossible. If you didn't have a stressful job, you could relax more. Now, this is something like an advice. You're telling a friend who has a stressful job that they probably should not have that job. If I were you, I wouldn't hire the rude man. And this is also another piece of advice to the person that's hiring. Take note that the if clause has a past tense and the other one has a would or could with the infinitive of the verb. Past tense, could, infinitive verb. Past tense, would, infinitive verb. And that's how you construct a second conditional sentence. Moving on, the third conditional, we use it to talk about things in the past that were possible but didn't happen. If I had known about the job, I could have told you about it. So I didn't know about the job, that's why I couldn't have told you back then. If I hadn't been late every morning, I wouldn't have lost my job. So if I didn't go to work late every morning, I would still have my job today. So things in the past that were possible but didn't happen. Take note that the construction of the if clause involves a past perfect, had, and this is past participle of the verb. And the next clause has a could and infinitive. Past perfect, this is a past participle of the verb, and the would, infinitive. I know that this is a little bit confusing, especially if the 4 of them are coming out at the same time. If you need to, please rewind and rewatch the explanation. Otherwise, I'm going to show you more examples of the 4 conditionals, and this time with videos on what it would be like if our superheroes had day jobs like you and me. Let's take a look.
So, what kind of job do you have in mind?
I can only do night shift. And I want to fight bad guys.
Okay.
Where guys? Where guys? Where are you?
Can you imagine Batman becoming a security guard? Now let's make some sentences with the 0 and first conditionals. The situation is this. Batman can only do night shift and he wants to fight bad guys. If we construct a sentence with the 0 conditional, it's a sentence that's always true. Batman only accepts a job when it involves fighting bad guys. Take note that in the first clause and also the second clause, they use present tense. And if we make a sentence with the first conditional and we use it to write about something possible, this is an example. If the bad guys are too strong, Batman will need help. Take note that both clauses are in the present tense. What about second and third conditionals? Second conditional is about something that's impossible So let's take a look. If Batman would work during the day, he could be a police officer. Take note, the if clause has a would here. So it's in the past tense, it's will work, right? So past tense of will is would. And the second clause has a could with a infinitive of the verb. So this is impossible. Batman would not want to work during the day, so he cannot be a police officer. As for third conditional, it's for something that is possible in the past but didn't happen. For example, if Batman had not spent all his money, he would not need to get a job today. So this first part is possible in the past if he didn't spend all his money. For the third conditional, you build the sentence using had and a past participle of the verb. This is the a perfect tense. And then the next clause will have a would with a infinitive of the verb. Right? Now let's watch another video.
Red control.
Ah, yes. Hey, you don't have any equipment with you, ah?
I haven't eaten for 3 days. It's done.
Now let's make some sentences. The context is Catwoman does not eat for 3 days to help the man with rat control. Try a zero conditional, and it's for something that's always true. Catwoman helps you if you have a rat problem. Take note that in the first clause and in the second clause, they both use present tense. Let's try first conditional. It's for something that's possible now. If there are too many rats, Catwoman will buy a freezer. Will she? We don't know, but it's possible that she will. Take note, both clauses are written in the present tense. Now, second and third conditionals. Second conditional is about something impossible. If Catwoman was interested, she could be a yoga instructor. She's not interested, so she cannot be a yoga instructor. That's impossible. And I want you to take note, the if clause has a past tense, and the next one has a could with a infinitive form of the verb. Third conditional is for things that are possible in the past but didn't happen. For example, if Catwoman had kept a balanced diet, she would not be so skinny. So in the past, she chose to eat only rats. That's why she's so skinny. But it's possible for her to change in the past, but she didn't. Too bad. Take note that the if clause is written with a past perfect, had with a past participle form of the verb. And the other clause is written with a would plus a infinitive form of the verb. So what do you think? Do you understand the zero, first, second, and third conditionals? And do you have a basic idea of how to make them in sentences? Why don't you try them out? Choose one of the 4 conditionals and write a sentence inside of the comments about the next video. Alright, make a sentence with either the zero, first, second, or third conditional inside of the comments. I would love to read what you have to say. Next, we take a look at mixed conditionals. What are mixed conditionals? So the clauses, now they refer to different times. What does it mean? What do you mean? It expresses the present result of a hypothetical past event or situation. Present result of a hypothetical past event. Hypothetical means possible, but it's an imaginary thing. So one part is present and the other part of the sentence is past. What does that look like? This is the formula. The if clause has the past perfect simple tense, and then the next clause has a would plus a bare infinitive. For example, I missed the bus, so I'm not at work yet. This is the situation. let's make a sentence with the mixed conditional. If I hadn't missed the bus, this is referring to something that was possible in the past, I would be at work now. And this is referring to something in the present. The present result is this one. The hypothetical past event is this one. So you know what comes next? I'm going to show you a video of a superhero doing a day job, and we will be making sentences with mixed conditional.
First job of the day.
You're late.
Superman, fastest man alive, being late? Unthinkable. Alright, so here's the situation. Superman does food deliveries and he was late. Let's make a sentence with mixed conditionals. If Superman had left from the restaurant, he would not be late. So it looks like he has been walking around. He's somewhere else. There isn't a restaurant here. It could be that he caught some criminal before he delivered the thing, right? So the hypothetical situation from the past is if he had left from the restaurant directly, and the result in the present is he would not be late. Take note that in the if clause, it's a past perfect. Had left, this is in the past participle. And next one, there's a would and a bare infinitive verb. Focusing on the woman, if the woman had been more patient, she would notice that a superhero had delivered her food. This is a hypothetical situation from the past, if she had been more patient. And this is the present day result. So take note again, this is past participle, and this is bare infinitive. Let's take a look at another example and use that to make more mixed conditional sentences.
Don't say anything. Your name is Chrisanne Lee. You're 22 this year. You had cereal and dried raspberry for breakfast. And you're wondering right now if the dress that you're wearing is better than the one you almost picked this morning.
Hello, police. I want to report a botak stalker. Yes, a botak stalker.
Look at his face. Oh man. Poor Professor. Professor X told Chrisanne about her thoughts and she called the police on him. Let's make a sentence with the mixed conditional. If Professor X had listened to Chrisanne first, he would not have scared her. Take note that this is past participle and this is bare infinitive. Focusing on Chrisanne, if Chrisanne had brought her pepper spray, she would use it on Professor X. This is in past participle and this is bare infinitive. Alright, I hope that you're ready to make your own sentences with mixed conditionals now. I'm going to show you a video, of course, and I want you to make a sentence with mixed conditionals based on that video. Okay, are you ready? Let's take a look.
I'm here to help.
The nails and frames on the table.
She's so excited. But he's incompetent. Make a sentence in the mixed conditional with this situation. And students, you can also head on over to the Google Forms and answer all the questions there. But as a bonus, I have another video coming up. You can make a sentence with this one if you want to, and if you don't want to, that's fine. Just enjoy.
Can you use Excel?
No.
Any experience in sales?
No.
Customer service?
No.
What can you do then?
So what do you think are the future of jobs after COVID? If you'd like to find out, please stay tuned for the next lesson where we will be discussing this.